Okay, this is what's going on. Come here. My name's Clifford Lee. In 2010, my family was investigated by what most people in the nation call, euphemistically called, Child Protective Services. But in the state of Arkansas, it's called the Division of Child and Family Services. But it's the same friggin' thing. In this situation, I've had to deal with a couple of corrupt investigators and social workers, and I beat them in their own courts, and let me show you how I did it. Okay, first of all, this is what started the whole thing. This investigation was for excessive head lice at school. Now, the funny thing about this is that the head lice infestation took place at only one school, Margaret Vann Elementary in Conway Public School District. What makes it funny is, not only did we transfer her out of that school once, but we did it twice, and both times the head lice stopped. It went away. Okay, this crooked investigator named Tracy Darter founded this, and when she realized that she screwed up, she added to the paperwork, lied about it. Actually, now if you'll look here on this one, these are two identical investigations with one major difference. This is a copy of the investigation she submitted to the administrative law court. See where she wrote in sent home head lice. This is March 29th, 2010. This is the same record I got from the Central Registry in Little Rock. No absence on that day. Here we go. This is the official school record from Conway. I don't know if y'all can see this well in color, but the black days say no absences, but the red days say absences. All these red dots are when my little girl missed school because she had head lice. But look here, March 29th, 2010, no absence. The administrative law judge at our hearing, Kimberly Bosshart, admitted on the record that she thought that somebody had falsified this record in her office. Said it on the record. That's two, okay? Now, she stated that my little girl had missed 10 days of school in the fourth 9-week period of 2010. I looked at the school's calendar of events, and when you get your student handbook at the beginning of the year, it's got the calendar of events in the back. You need to look, and it tells you when the 9 weeks periods start to stop. According to the one I have, I didn't bring it out here, I forgot to get it, that the fourth 9 weeks period started on the 15th of March 2010. This is the 29th of March 2010. Everybody remember that? Okay. Between the 15th and April 2nd, 2010, which is actually when she did her investigation. Let's go here and find March. Nope. March. Now, this is March 2010. The T's mean tardy. Okay? Holiday, spring break. M, medical. 2 A's is a complete absence for 1 day. But here's the funny part. 13th, 14th, 15th, March 15th, 2010. 1 absence on March 30th. 1 medical excuse March 31st in the morning. That's what the M means. Let's flip over here to April. April 2nd, the date of her investigation. There was only 1 absence between March 15th and April 2nd. That's another falsification of the public record. Okay. Here we go. I'm looking for this one. Right here. Look at this CRIS referral number. 1497550. Now, I'm going to make one thing perfectly clear. This investigation never took place. It never happened, and I was able to prove it, and I'll show you how I did it. Okay. All you got to do is go through here. Summary results. Karen had head lice the day before. She had to go home due to the infestation. Okay, that is true. My little girl missed 2 hours of school the day before this and went back to school the next day with no problems whatsoever. And by the way, that was the only time she was sent home from school for head lice for this school year, because she was in a different school. The problem didn't exist. Okay, this is what we got in the mail from the Central Registry, and we were pretty much flipped out and upset that they wanted to falsify another one on us. This report for environmental neglect, cuts, welts, and bruises. Now y'all pay attention to that. Cuts, welts, and bruises. Now this is from September 30th, 2010. Go in here, it is. Summaries. I can't show all of it. This is when they were allegedly at our house on school day. Look at the time, 3:50 p.m. 9/30, 2010. This is a school day. Now, here's how I proved. Once I find these other two letters, I'll show you how I was able to prove that this was a false allegation. This is not. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Worcester 74111. Here it is. To whom it may concern, my daughter rides bus 109 home each afternoon. Bus 109 leaves the Florence Madison Elementary campus at 3:40 p.m. on a daily basis. Okay, how I was able to prove that they weren't here. My children don't get on the bus to come home till 3:40 in the afternoon. I googled the distance between my house and this school, Florence Madison Elementary, which is a distance of about 8 miles. Now, I put my oldest daughter on the stand. She rides the same bus, and she testified that at that time, this bus traveled in and out of several neighborhoods and it made about a dozen stops on the way to the house. I was able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's no way my children can be home any school afternoon any earlier than 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, what they also further state in this investigation is that my little girl was sent back to school with a shaved head. That's another thing they did. Guess what? I got a letter from the school nurse. It says my daughter was enrolled at Florence Madison Elementary April 13, 2010. When we received her, her head had been previously shaved very short, almost over the entire scalp, which was true because the people at Florence Madison Elementary School would not do anything on their end to alleviate the situation that caused my daughter's lice infestation. Nothing at all. So she when she transferred from Margaret Van to Florence Madison, her head was shaved. That is completely true. But look here. Since that time, her hair has been cut by her parents on several occasions, but not shaved again. None of these actions were done at the request of or suggestion of myself or the staff of Florence Madison, which they did not. Okay, those are the true allegations they made against us. And I showed you how I was able to prove that they never happened. But now remember, let's look at this one. 149-252. 149-2542. 8/25/2010. Report for cuts, bruises, and welts. This is August 25th, 2010. This is an entirely different investigator. Her name was Linda Powell. She met with us. We spoke briefly, and she agreed to certain conditions. And then she determined that this investigation was false, because while she was here, she watched my little girl climb all over my front porch, and my wife had to tell her 4 different times to get down. Mrs. Powell told us to blow it off and go on. Now, what does this one and this other one have in common? Again, it says cuts, welts, and bruises on both of them. Okay, the one person that is linked between both of these investigations is another social worker named Cherie Allenbaugh. That's another name you need to pay attention to, and don't trust her. Then I was accused again of choking my son and punching him in the face. Okay, that investigation was unfounded as well, due to the fact that there was no evidence whatsoever. I was able to prove that those two people were not here on that day to do this investigation. In fact, in August of 2010, Cherie Allenbaugh told us that she was going to go on maternity leave and would not be back. Our social worker's name was Cecilia Baker. Cherie, between August and the end of December 2010, Cherie Allenbaugh had no contact whatsoever with my children or my family. Between April 30th, 2010 and December 29th, 2010, Tracy's daughter had no contact whatsoever with my family at all. If you have any dealings with this woman, trust me when I tell you this, she's going to lie about you. But the funny thing about the woman is, as soon as she realizes that she's been caught, she will cut and run. Okay, now look at here. This is a printout from the Arkansas Judiciary's website. This is a statute in the state of Arkansas, 554121 of 2011, tampering with a public record. A person commits the offense of tampering with a public record with the purpose of impairing the verity, legibility, or availability of a public record. He or she knowingly 1. Makes a false entry or falsely alters any public record. That's number 1. Erases. Number 2. Erases, obliterates, removes, destroys, blah blah woof woof. We're going to go down here to B1 alpha. Tampering with a public record is a Class C felony if the public record is a court record. These are court records. There are 4 different counts that I can find by myself in violation of this law, and yet the law enforcement in Faulkner County won't do anything about it. Nothing. And if you elect Andy Schock into office, you will not get any help from anything like this, even though the 14th Amendment of the Constitution specifically says that people are guaranteed the right to equal protection under the law. Now, I'm going to start doing some activism, and if you have any problems with the Division of Child and Family Services, leave a comment below this video with some kind of contact information or whatever, and I'll try to get a hold of you and help you out. If it's happening in Faulkner County, it's so much the better. But anywhere in the state, I've got all the procedure manuals, what the court's going to do. I've got absolutely everything, and I can do a hell of a research job for you. All right, have a nice day.